to another episode of the Crazy Geezer podcast, and the mystery has been solved. Who was the woman winking at me in the intro video? Well, she's right here, and her name is Lilith. Welcome.
Hello. It is actually so awesome to finally get that time to hang out with you.
For those who don't know, and Lilith, feel free to correct me, you are my biggest fan.
That is actually so cool.
Hey, you told me you were.
I think I am. I mean, somebody might say otherwise, but I think I am.
So far. And I told folks about it, and you're like, holy. You're allowed to curse. It's okay.
Hmm. I promised I was gonna try. I'm gonna try and keep this because I don't want you to get in trouble. I've already had a YouTube channel banned. I've had multiple accounts banned on like every platform. So I'm honestly trying to just be good.
And I wonder why. Why don't you tell us?
Well, honestly, on Twitch, I don't know. I know what they tell me, but I don't know. Like, the first time I got banned on Twitch was due to nudity.
But you were wearing clothing.
Yes. The second time I got banned on Twitch was basically the same thing, I think, but worded differently. And I was wearing a button up shirt. Yeah, the shirt was like open, but I had a bathing suit underneath it.
Sure.
And they still claimed it was a nudity issue. That's why I'm like, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm covered for this one.
No, you're perfectly safe. No, it's funny though because in the early days of Twitch, you ever heard of a society called the Suicide Girls?
Yes.
Girls. Well, one of them was one of the top co-founders, whatever, and she streamed wearing nothing, and she didn't get banned. But what she did was like she adjusted the camera, she positioned the camera where you only see the head and her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute. And that was the first thing I thought of when you told me you got banned twice. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
So for those who don't know, Ms. Lilith here does stream on Twitch, and you should do dual YouTube as well if that's possible.
I would like to, but because I had my first YouTube channel verified with my phone number, that one got banned for, well, nudity, I guess you could say. It was the
clothes.
It was the sheer tops, wearing the sheer tops and all of that. Which again, that one actually really that could have been my fault. Like I know that was walking a fine line. Well, so when that one got banned, I can't verify the next one, which means I can't live stream on there. My videos have to be under 15 minutes. So the next thing I'm thinking is maybe kick.
You know what? You learned your lessons. You know what to do, what not to do, regardless of the fact that you were following protocol. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'll never understand.
Well, speaking of streaming, I recently caught you playing Resident Evil 6. Why?
Oh, I think I might be having some bad signal.
I hate Resident Evil 6.
Oh, and it's funny because the main reason that we keep playing Resident Evil 6 is because obviously it's my daughter I'm playing with. She's 2 trophies away from her platinum. So she really wants the platinum. So once she acquires the platinum, I will be done with Resident Evil 6. Cuz I don't it's fun to play co-op, but it's a bad game to play, I guess, single player.
Thank you. You agree with me. No, it's like I said in past episodes of other podcasts that as far as I'm concerned, Resident Evil 5 to me was the ultimate conclusion. Everything wrapped up. No loose ends. The original bad guy was dead. It began with Chris and Jill. It ended with Chris and Jill. You know what I mean? I was like, well, this must be it, the ultimate conclusion. And then skip 6, then start fresh with 7.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear the thunder in my background?
I do. I love it. We had a storm yesterday, but it wasn't nearly as bad as yours. You're am I allowed to say that you're in Florida? I
Yes.
okay. I can
Yes.
cut that out if you want me to. This is all
No.
pre-recorded.
No, it's fine. I hide it mainly because I don't flaunt it. But anyone who's been on my channel or watched any stuff knows I've talked about it, especially during Ian. That's that's when I was just like, screw it. I'm not even gonna try and technically hide it. I'm just not gonna flaunt it.
Sure.
But if you obviously, I do believe you know a little bit about Florida weather and afternoon storms. And it just so happens
It's swamp
that
weather.
mm-hmm, it's miserable.
We talked about this in private. You live on swampland. You admitted it, and
Mm-hmm,
you hate it.
mm-hmm. But the problem is I absolutely love alligators, and I hate the swamp, but I love the swamp wildlife.
One exception, Louisiana.
And and it's so funny you say that because like it's gonna be no secret I have children, but they're not little.
No,
They're in no way, shape, or form little.
no,
I'm actually that I am that
they're
old.
like early mid or even young adults.
Yes. So my oldest has her boyfriend that lives with us. And he currently has a friend staying with us who's from Louisiana.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it? I'm hoping good vibes.
It's interesting. I
Let
got
me
like a
let
whole
me ask
festival.
let me ask you real quick. Are you? Do you believe in Wiccan?
I'm not a practicer. Like I don't practice it or anything. I have a friend that does, so I'm like pretty supportive of her.
Well, one of my future guests is like a sister to me. Her name's Lisa Rambo. She's a real life witch.
Okay.
She also does spiritual readings, and
Mm-hmm.
we did one spiritual reading and told me that in one of my past lives I was a big deal in New Orleans. So whenever I think of Louisiana or New Orleans, it's like I feel like that a spiritual gravitational pull, like attracted me.
Oh, that is so funny because okay, so I don't even care if it gets. My brother and I have been sort of writing a book or books. It's like a do. It's he's doing like one character of the series, and I'm doing the other character. And when we first originally started the whole talk of everything, I told him the one requirement that I had was that my story, or at least half of it, would take place in Louisiana. Because for some reason, I have this unnatural obsession with Louisiana bayous and the whole vibe of Louisiana,
Ooh.
except for that damn bridge. That is a miserable bridge.
I mean,
It's
there are
absolutely terrifying.
there are exceptions. It's a bridges, the humidity, the
Mm-hmm.
bugs, the swamp, but you know, still definitely worth a visit. Not during spring break. That's not necessary.
Mm-mm. I mean, I live in a swamp already. It's just one swamp to another.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Coincidentally, the state of the mystical land known as Delaware is also swampland. Just not as many alligators, if at all.
interesting.
Yeah, it gets really humid down here. You melt like an ice cream cone on a hot summer day. Happened yesterday
I believe it.
because
It's
it
been
was over 90 degrees. I'm working overtime for my boss because he needed my help, and yeah, I was sweating like a ice cream like a snow cone on a hot summer day.
I believe it. It's like unusually hot here, so it's like I when anyone says okay, Texas, however, does get hot, but it is so different when it comes to the heat, which is another lovely place. I can't escape the heat. But even they've had like some weird weather in the heat sense, and it's like, but you don't understand how sticky you get here. You may understand the sticky.
Yes, yes, I do. In fact, if I had it my way, it's been asked, well, what state would I move to, year round, and the answer would be Minnesota. gets really cold up there. I mean, there's Illinois too, but I would prefer uh, I would prefer Minnesota.
Interesting.
Yeah, not Alaska though. That's too easy. That's way too far
Yeah.
away from civilization.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean that'd be too easy. What was another? Yeah, was it Minnesota? Well, there's also the Northeast. You know, up
Mm-hmm.
north. Past Massachusetts, I think gets ridiculously cold, like Vermont, New Hampshire.
I've never been that far north.
I think I've been to
I don't.
Vermont. I think I've been to Vermont on a business trip. It's funny. I was working that weekend. There's hippies everywhere. Must have been a festival or something.
Nope.
So,
As you know, I don't leave my house if I don't have
and when
to.
you do, what do you do?
I buy food. I pretty much just go grocery shop. It's only just basically shopping now.
Yeah. So
I don't.
do you stay inside because you want to, or do you stay inside because it gets too hot outside, or are you just too busy with work and school?
A little bit of everything and anxiety thrown in.
Anxiety?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, you got anxiety too?
That's one of the biggest reasons why I've had panic attacks leaving the house.
Oh
I'm not
man.
even gonna lie. And so it's like I've just kind of just come to my safe zone, so I don't leave the house unless I have to. And even then, I try to make it extremely quick, just to avoid the panic attacks and the anxiety.
I'm very sorry. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
It's
have
kind of
anything? Do you have anything else other than anxiety, like ADHD, depression?
I'm a whole bundle of crazy. I got it all. It seems.
Okay, so I'll give you a quick list:
Mhm.
ADHD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and possibly autism. So there's five. So you probably have all five, and probably you probably double digits me.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gotten a lot better with trying to control things like me, my like what's going on in my head
Yes.
and everything. But it wasn't always so easy, especially when I was younger. It was I I had unhealthy practices with food, and I'm trying to come up with words that are not going to get you flagged.
Just do the best you can.
Um Scars. I I do have some actual physical scars from battling inner demons when I was younger.
Are we talking about self-inflicted?
Yes.
Okay, so you definitely have. Okay, I'm not going to say it, but for the
I don't want you to get in trouble. That's honestly it.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble either. I know exactly where you're going with this,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? Excuse my language, but that shit's serious. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, depression is, as far as I'm concerned, and tendencies, as we'll call them, that's the silent. It's the silent. Descent. Without
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm trying to watch my words carefully.
It is, and it always. I've tried, like I do. That's mhm. Here's a little funny story, backstory into like the gaming situation. Now,
Please.
I played, like I played video games growing
Yes, you
up a
do,
little bit here and there,
and
as most
you're
do.
decent, by the way. So go on.
No, I suck at video games. I don't even try and be honest.
You do better
I
than you
really
give yourself credit for. But go ahead.
but it was like growing up, played, but it was mainly like me and my cousin. We play like Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis, things like that.
A B A
And
C A
then,
B B.
and
You know what that is, right?
I even have a Sega Genesis. And it's funny because like I do have a lot of the retro systems even in my little collection.
You showed me your game genie when I shouted that out,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
Yes.
hey, that's great. Great minds think alike. Go ahead.
But, life got in the way. I had to do the adult thing, you know. So I didn't play video games for a while because it just seemed like the non-adult thing. And then about, I think it was like 15 years ago, I was in Texas. my kids were little at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother had gone to Florida because he lived out there. He came to Florida to drop off our grandmother. And in that little trip, I had to put my dog down. And it spiraled from there because I had had this dog for so long. So then when he, like I called, I told everybody what was going on. The moment he got back to Texas, he he's like he picked me up and we went to the mall. And in crap, Lakeside Mall, like it was something up there. I don't even remember. It was so long ago and it's been but there was like this little store of retro old whatever you want to call it video games and we started with I think we ended up just picking up like Guitar Hero. The Xbox 360, Guitar Hero, guitars, and we just played the next couple of days to take my mind off everything. And now I stream on Twitch and I can't get off I can't get off the controllers now, and it spirals every time I have to put an animal down. It gets real bad, and it's like that's then my safe zone within the safe zone.
I guess so, like, sure.
Because then I don't have to worry. Like I could be home, but hitting that spiral of putting when I had to put Anya down, my rabbit, was one of those other fine line things. And that kind of like just stopped everything. All social media went to a halt. And then in December, I graduated with my bachelor's, which I was supposed to be celebrating. And the whole time, all the drive all the way up to the school, all I could think is I had a sick dog at home. And I didn't think he was going to make it. We got back a few days after that. I did have to put him down. And then it just like, I just spiraled. That's when I started going on Twitch more. I was on Facebook Lives doing things just to like find that small little safe zone that I could be to get out of my head and try and block the inner demons, I guess you could say, that were trying to invade. So it's like video gaming has now become like that sanctuary within the sanctuary to keep me sane.
Oh man. And that was back in December too. Mm-hmm. I'm very sorry again.
And I know what happened. Like it happens. I go through this. I love animals, and now it's just like all I could say is I really don't want to have to put another one down this year because it was 2023. I had to put my rabbit down. Then 24 was the dog. This year, hopefully it's my grandmother at this point. But that woman actually might be immortal. But I'm like, if anything in my life is going to die this year, let it be my grandmother. And I say that out of like a true, this woman is so dang old and falling apart. It's like inhumane keeping her alive.
Okay.
Not as like I hate my grandmother. It's more like somebody please. My animals have been in less pain that I've put down than this old lady that I can't even go see because I can't emotionally do it.
Because it gives you emotional pain too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, she has no idea who I am anyway.
That's it. Was it dementia?
It's a little bit of everything. It seems because like she remembers my brother, and he's 7 years younger than me, and she raised us together his entire life. But she remembers him as like a teenager. So when he comes to visit, she can see him and not know who he is. And she just thinks I'm this nice little nurse that takes care of her. Okay. borderline does, in fact, like some little glimpse in her kind of remembers my husband, who, like, she's only known him for 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's known me my entire life. She remembers him.
How ironic.
I know. I know. I know. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I'm hoping that your grandmother gets the help she needs. This is terrible, and I'm very sorry as well.
And she's in a home, an okay one. I mean, she's in a home, so it's like they have like the last time she came to see me, she has like an ankle monitor on her now. So I made a comment to my mother, like, what's going on with this? And she's like, oh, she likes to try and escape now.
What?
The woman can't walk. Like, she is this frail little woman that I have to help carry in. Mind you, I'm only 4'11". So I'm helping this. She's probably like 5'3" now.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to like basically carry her into the house because she can't walk. But she's an escape artist when she's at the nursing home.
How do you explain that?
Make it make sense.
I'm not going to try. That's like something out of a Simpsons episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not poking fun of your grandmother, let alone you or your family. Just
no.
Okay.
Dark humor is how we function. Anyway.
Yeah. As a wise man once said, I think it was the Joker. He said, "Laughter is the key to madness."
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is. It's how. I mean, if you've ever seen any of my lives, that's all we do. Like, there's like minimal gameplay, but it is so much more just joking and making fun of each other. I mean, I got a kid that does nothing but throw Molotovs at me just to kill me.
Molotov cocktails?
Mm-hmm. Yes, when we were occasionally we'd play like Dead Island, because you know.
I was waiting for you to bring up Dead Island. Let's start from number 1. Go ahead.
Yes, she loves just because that was one of the games after my brother and I, like, because Dead Island also came out around 15 years ago.
Yes.
So when we got kind of like done with like the Guitar Hero aspect and my singing, like literally blinded and deafed everything in the area, and I do mean blinded as well because I am that bad at singing these like karaoke games. My brother was like, oh, let's venture to something else. And I absolutely love zombies. Movies, everything. And Dead Island just so happened to have been the one. And it's like, well, let's get this. Let's play this. Yes, it was a single player game. So, of course, what do? He buys an Xbox 360. I buy the Xbox 360. We start playing online. And now we still do it. It is now just like a long 15-year tradition. And then Phoenix joins in now. And now Xander also joins in.
Well, speaking of Dead Island, I might have something for you. Hang on, I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. Just go to my bookshelf. And I dropped my phone. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. If you want these, you can have them.
Oh man, I actually have that. I have both of them for the first one and for Riptide. Yes.
Oh, you already
and
have
mine,
them?
Yes. Mine are so dang used with notes and like 15 years worth of tracking achievements and notes on how the best to do everything to that game, to where I have that game so freaking memorized. It is scary. Because what was it? I know like months ago. It's been months since we've gone live playing Dead Island. But my brother had like not played it in forever because he's a big old loser and just like, oh, I don't want to. Thinks being an adult is something fun to do. And I'm going to send him this link. because I want him to hear me say that to him. But I had to like walk him through how to play Dead Island and Riptide because he's like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And I'm like, really?
What's wrong with that? You're getting bragging rights for teaching somebody else. That's always a plus.
Yes. Well, he started, it was just like weird because we started the games together. And then over time, he kind of like forgot how to play them because he had to be an adult.
You know what? I mean, we talked about this before in private, where it's like, there's a time to be an adult, sure, but when you don't have to be an adult, don't.
Yes.
How do you do with that balance, if you don't mind me asking?
Honestly, like tonight,
Yeah.
I have my oldest. It was her night to make dinner. So it was like, okay, I don't have to make dinner tonight. So I don't have to be an adult. Granted, dinner sitting on the other side of the bed, but that's okay. I'll finish it like
what's for dinner?
she made some Korean tofu stew and tossed in some chicken because she kind of I guess we when I went to the store I didn't buy enough because these other humans in my house are ginormous people and they know it. They know it. The two, her boyfriend is 6'5".
Dang. Wait a
His
minute, he's
friend,
taller than me.
I know. And then his friend that's visiting us is 6'7".
Taller than.
Yes.
Wow, I get to look up to someone for once. And here you are,
Yes.
4'11". How do you survive?
I know. I know. And the thing is like my because the two that my actual two, because I have two stepsons. My two kids are girls who are like 5'1", 5'3".
Really? Oh,
And we're,
boys or girls?
the girls are short. The boys are taller. Like they're what, 6 foot and 6'2".
Okay, okay.
And so it's like the weirdest thing. I'm like, and then it's like, all I am, I'm surrounded by tall people. And not just like minorly tall. Like, you're breaking 6 feet here. Why? Why are people so dang tall? And I'm so short.
Well, I can give you an answer from my perspective. It was just genetics alone. My father was tall. My grandfather was tall. And then the last time I saw my father before he passed away, before his cancer came back, uh,
Mm-hmm.
just to be clear, what happened to my father was that he was a chain smoker, and he smoked like a freaking chimney. And then he did have cancer while I was overseas in Yokosuka, Japan, particularly, because I called, got the news. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, is my father okay? Oh, yeah, he's going to be fine. They caught it in time. Good, good. Glad to hear that, because he couldn't talk to me, obviously, because of surgery. And then
Mm-hmm.
I see him in person at my grandmother's funeral, Charlene, and she was a sweetheart of a lady. You would have loved her. She passed away, and I saw my father, and then I'm trying to make amends with my father. It was my final chance, which didn't succeed, by the way. And I'm like, Dad, why are you still smoking? And I'm the type of guy, and I still am to this day, where it's like I don't call people out on anything. It's like, well, we were talking about mental health earlier. Can we talk about what happened earlier today with my sister?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't care if you know. It's just now this is being public. I had an intervention with my sister earlier today. She called me.
Okay.
No, it was a serious intervention. She was like, "Are you still drinking?" Yeah. Why? You know why? And then she got some stuff out of me that I never ever told her before because it was just like I just thought it was a waste of time if I did. And
Mm-hmm.
she learned a few things like well, we kind of danced around it, and we'll leave it at that. That's one. The other is that I'm a people pleaser. I have difficulty saying no to people. It's like I put my own needs aside for
Mm-hmm.
someone who needs my help. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of being called selfish because I'm not.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
And also the fact that I have narcissists in my family who I'm not going to name. That doesn't help. No, I'm serious.
No, I've got one in my family too. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, enough about that. So the good news is that my sister going forward, and I'll give her full credit for this if she's watching.
Mm-hmm.
I love you with all my heart. I love you to death. She's like, what do you want to do if money wasn't a factor? I had to really think about it, like, are you sure you're asking me this? Is this hypothetical? She goes, no, I'm dead serious. What do you want to do? Can I go swimming? Hell yeah, we'll go swimming. Meet me in my place. We'll go swimming tomorrow. What? She has a pool membership, and I could get in for like $10.
Okay.
So I'll be able to just swim.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's exciting, very
Yeah.
exciting. So I'm letting you know now in advance what happened. So I have a very difficult uh, time. It's very difficult for me to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, previous episodes, I have rogophobia, which is the fear of asking for anything without feeling ashamed or embarrassed. I know I don't have that problem with you. I can talk to you about anything at any time. You've already because sometimes you reach out to me and go, "Hey, are everything cool?"
Mm-hmm.
You do that you do that at least a few times a week, and I appreciate that.
And I feel like I'm bothering you.
No, it's the exact opposite. Like I don't want to bother anyone.
And that's just it is like I feel like I bother you when I'm because I know you work, you have a life, but at the same time I'm like I want to make sure everybody like you're doing good. Like I know you spiral sometimes and like just checking in, making sure you're all good, but at the same time I'm like in my head I'm like I'm bothering him.
No, no, you're not. If you were bothering me, I'd let you know you're not, and I don't think you ever could. So
Well, we're definitely getting to know each other. Well, you're getting to know me a little bit more
yes,
since I've been watching what six. This is going to be what episode 7
I lost count at this point.
because I think oh crap
I'm
because I've
I'm
been
I'm
watching it.
I'm tempted to release this episode tonight.
Oh wow.
Just so I could, I can rewatch back. Learn
Mm-hmm.
because I rewatch some of the episodes sometimes, so I can, learn from my mistakes as far as camera angles, audio quality, video
Mm-hmm.
quality, all that, and then also just reliving the stories that we tell each other is awesome too.
Yeah, trust me, it's so weird. I don't. I try not to watch any of my content because I'm like I'm too weird. I'm too awkward. I can't do that to myself.
I used to be that way until I got past that fear factor.
I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of my footage is kind of like just raw, bare footage, just filmed, uploaded. Because I don't want to have to watch it. And it gives, in my head, it's like it's giving the viewer an experience of actually being here versus something like everything just perfect.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it's like I like every one of your episodes have just been so dang down to earth and real and everything to where it's like it's like giving that viewer the experience of like actually being there, giving you having a conversation with you and
Yes.
everything. And I love that because that's like how I feel about all the content I try and put out, is just being so transparent about everything.
Well, I mean, the podcast, as far as I'm concerned, is a win-win situation. I'm bringing in people that I want to talk to, and I'm giving them an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to showcase themselves in the best way they possibly can. In your case, is video games, and uh, uh, can we say OnlyFans?
I don't know. That's gonna be a risk you're taking because
No, no, no.
it's
I talked about you on episode 0, and I didn't get in trouble.
okay.
But I only said,
Because I know.
and I
No,
said,
go
don't
ahead.
judge me. Well, no, I first noticed you on Facebook Reels,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw
I
you dressed up as Ada.
mm-hmm.
And then I saw you
I
dressed
love
up
it you
in
do.
other cosplayer costumes with different wigs. Yes, she wears
Mm-hmm.
wigs. That yes, what you're seeing is her real hair, Joker style.
Yeah, it's too warm because like you, there is just no cooling down my house. Okay, I live in Florida. There's no cooling down the house. So if I don't have to wear a wig, I don't.
Right.
And I was thinking of coming on here similarly as Ada and everything, but I'd have to have the fan on. Otherwise, I would literally melt to goo in front of you.
Well, I'm glad you
And I
did
didn't want the
because I
fan.
wanted you to be here as you, not somebody else dressed as.
Yeah, but cosplay is so much more fun being someone else.
There's a time and a place, but on my show, you're you. You're you can be whatever you want to be. You can talk about anything you want. You can be as vulnerable as you want. No one's going to judge you.
Oh, I get judged all the time.
That's their problem, not yours. You don't have any bad intentions. That's why I'm like, will you just leave her alone? I
No,
digress.
well, that's just it. Is you? I don't know if you ever go into the comments section of any of my Facebook reels or any of that. I don't know. I know my husband tries to, doesn't usually,
I
because it bothers him.
I don't read the comments because I can care less as far as the
Mm-hmm.
trolls and the negativity. It's like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know this woman. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're
Yeah,
an adult in the adult entertainment industry doesn't make you a bad person.
I wish everybody thought that way.
I'm
Honestly,
serious.
the biggest issue tends to be my age.
And
I'm like, I don't hide it. That is the one thing I have never done since the day I started any of this. I've never hid how old I was. Well, the exact age. Because I'm like, seriously, it doesn't matter. But I've always did the over 40 thing. Like, I've never hidden that fact. So I'm like, why are you coming on here? Like, these people are just like, oh, you're old. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock.
guess what? There's women you're older than you that do more than you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like again, shut the hell up to the trolls. I mean, and the
Yeah.
haters. It's like the intervention earlier was that my sister was trying to tell me people are going to hate no matter what I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yes,
If you're being yourself and you have no bad intentions, then what's the problem?
exactly. And I think that's one of the things, like, but between you and I, is that we see that. We see just who we are. I like we've talked for, oh gosh, since October of last year, I think.
Coincidentally, when I got back in the movie industry. No, I'm serious. It was around that time I worked
Wow.
on my first movie. First movie in like 25 years.
Yeah. And then it's just been just bullshitting, real conversations. Just the two of us just joking around, talking, just how's your day? How's your day type shit. And it's just like, exactly.
It's like, okay, I know what you do, but just put that aside. How are you doing? How's everything? And
Yeah.
how's life treating you? And I'm always sincere. You know that.
Yes. I mean, you are a person too. So it's like, I'm not going to judge you for how we met. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you are a person on the other side.
Yes,
And I just feel as though people should just treat people like people.
equally.
Yes. Like, why? What's the big deal? What you, I like, I'm not going to say what you do, but it's like, I don't judge you for what you do. You do you, but you are a good person.
Yes,
So what's the problem? Like, why can't we just all just look at the fact of you're a good person? I'm a good person. I no, depends on who you ask and what day you ask them on. And if I'm a good person, but
excuse me.
I think that's like one of the biggest things is we have had this true friendship, and it kind of sucks that this is like the first time that we've actually been able to gather our schedules close enough together to actually have a good conversation.
Which we never had until now, and I'm glad that we waited this long because everything you're seeing is real.
Mm-hmm. And yes, see the whole real raw, just us hanging out, chit chatting about nothing and everything.
Exactly.
I'm like, I have no expectation. I came into this like, okay, what should I say? Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna sound like an idiot at some point, and well, I'm just gonna wing it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to air it. That's how I'm figuring. Whatever you don't want in, so be it. I probably, I don't know if I'll watch it because I really don't like having to watch myself. I
Well,
might play it.
I look at anything like hate or jealousy like a poison in your veins. It will consume you.
Mhm.
So instead of getting jealous, why not get inspired?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, say this person's got a better house than me, or a new
Mm-hmm.
car, or a bigger TV, or double the amount of game systems that you and I
Mm-hmm.
both have. It's like, I'm going to get there one day.
Mm-hmm.
Just not right this second.
Baby steps.
Well, it's up to you. It's at anyone's discretion.
Yeah, I'm like I baby step it only. I try to do things in a organized manner. Like while when you got up to go get the Dead Island magazines, I was like up close, like trying to peek at your background. I'm not gonna lie, I'm snooping. I'm snooping around your shit.
I don't care. It's the whole. It's the whole
I,
point. This is all. It's the whole point. It's like see if you can find Easter eggs,
mm-hmm.
quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
back
mean,
then.
exactly. That's what I was like trying. I'm like, oh, what's that and everything.
Well, I'll tell you this real quick behind me. You see, Arkham was it Arkham Asylum in Arkham City? That
Mm-hmm.
was autographed by Kevin Conroy himself.
Mm-hmm.
He voiced the character as he voiced Batman. The
Mm-hmm.
Gremlins VHS tape was signed by Zach Gallagher who played Billy.
Wow.
And he told me there will be a Gremlins 3. He told me that personally. And it's like, look, I don't care how long it takes. Please make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Take as much time as you need, because it's like I will wait for quality.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush something for the sake of getting it out there. I want quality. Next to
Mm-hmm.
that is a NES copy of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that was signed by Alex Winter, who played Bill.
Wow.
He was at a horror convention a few years ago. It was the same one where I met Robert England and he held my NES cartridge during a photo op. Instead of saying cheese, he's saying, "Now I'm playing with power." And if
That's
I
awesome.
had the cartridge autographed, I'd be like, "To Chris, great graphics." If you remember Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, which I call Nightmare 6. It's my all-time favorite. What's yours?
Mm. I don't
They're all
know.
good, by the way. Just to be
Yes,
clear, all of them are good. I don't see anything to
I.
hate with 2, by the way.
I think I am definitely more of like an originals kind of person. Like, don't get me wrong, remakes are okay.
No, they're
To each
horrible.
their own. Remakes are okay,
I'm not.
but in my opinion, the originals are always the best.
Yes.
They're just how it is.
But which of the originals from 1 to 7 is your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough. I mean, that really is a tough question.
Well, I'll say that 3 is the fan favorite, which I
I don't know,
understand.
like,
They're all great movies.
mm-hmm. I don't know, because I think my daughter and I, we always just when it's like, which one you want to watch, it always comes back to the first one. It's like I don't know if it's the first one because oh, it's a great movie, or because I actually have like fond memories, and that's the one we watched together and everything. So it's like I have to go with the first one because I think my daughter and I, we just always gravitate there.
See, that wasn't so difficult, was it?
I don't know, when I think of it in like the okay, well, what has more of an attachment versus anything else? You know, because sometimes it's like it has that emotional attachment you have to something that makes it a little better than what it really should be.
I mean, I, I have no complaints about the first movie at all. It was especially with Freddy's origin story. It was very subtle. It
Mm-hmm.
was more than what you were told.
Yes.
Other than I'm not allowed to. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. The death of 20 plus children, and the stuff
Yes.
that happened prior to those 20 kids. It's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just makes your skin crawl, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, that's Wes Craven, and who doesn't love Wes Craven? In fact, recently I started watching the Scream movies just because we're going to get a new one.
Yeah.
We're going to get, was it number 7, right?
Yeah.
And Nev Campbell has agreed to come back, and I'm like, good. They finally gave her the money she asked for. Now
Mm-hmm.
time.
Hey, I'm more just like, oh my gosh, Matthew Lillard, I love you. I love Matthew Lillard in everything. It's like one of those odd obsessions with an actor, and he just happens to be like, I love him in everything he's ever done.
Wait. This one's for you. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
And there's going to be a sequel.
Yes.
And
I mean, I
I heard he
that
will be in it.
yes. I mean, I sit and I don't play the Five Nights at Freddy's games,
I haven't
but
either, although I have them, but we should start.
I know. I watch my daughters play it.
Oh, is it? I mean, for you, is it fun?
Mm-hmm.
cool.
I mean, that's just it. Is like that's just like a household thing. Like everybody in this house plays video games. There's
You know what? That's the
so.
life, Lilith. It's seriously, that's the freaking life. Especially when you get your kids and their friends
Mm-hmm.
playing. It's like you almost feel like the party host, don't you? No, think
I
about it
mean,
seriously.
yeah. I
You're the
mean,
party host,
yeah. I
and,
guess so.
and then it's like you're being a good mother. It's like that's what.
Eh.
No, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Because if I ever had kids and they're playing video games because of me, I'd be like, "That's my boy," or
Yeah. I mean,
"Good job, sweetheart."
oh well, even my stepsons play video games. I'm just not as like they. It's different. Like yeah, they've literally been my stepsons since they were little. Like I've and I've gotten questions on Facebook because people message me actually going, "Are you actually married? Are you really married?" And I'm
Yes.
like, "You clearly don't go further than like the one singular reel or whatever." I mean, you obviously know. um, but it's like I got questioned the other day,
Excuse me.
and then questioned on how long I've been married.
It doesn't freaking matter. No, they're complete
Like
strangers.
exactly. And most of the time, I at this point, I've just started ignoring comments. And if it, I speak English, I understand reading in English to an extent because sometimes the words that are being said to me, I do not understand, and it is clearly English in some way, shape, or form. Just poor spelling, I think.
There are two other languages, sailor and pirate. You curse like a
Well, I'm
sailor and you talk like a pirate.
yes,
Yes, I thought so.
but
Those
it's
languages
like
count, ladies and gentlemen.
yes. I mean, to really bring out the crazy in me and that in all of that, you need to put me in like some really what was it? We were playing Onslaught from RE6, that little subcategory like mercenaries and everything.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever Okay, so have you ever played those?
a long time ago. Because what
Okay.
happened was I played on PS3,
Mm,
and then it was like, let me just play this for the sake of getting it over with, because that game was painful. And at the time, I
mm-hmm.
thought it was just me. But then when I talked to my other friends who are also into Resident Evil,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "It's not you, Chris. This game is terrible." And no disrespect to you, Lilith. But then
No.
guess what I turn around and do? I get a PS4 copy, which I've never played. So it's used, but it's more new. And then of
Mm-hmm.
course I have a Switch copy, which is digital, because it came with the little card for 4 and 5 or 6 for digital downloads
Mm.
because
Yeah.
it was included.
I mean, the main reason that I even started playing RE6 was because it was a multiplayer game, and it kind of like fills that thing, that void
5
of
is 2 player too.
yeah. And I sucked at 5 beyond all belief. I sucked at that game so bad. Like Phoenix will not play that game with me again. She says because I was that bad.
We talked about this, you and I. It's like I was going to teach you Resident Evil. You teach
Mm-hmm.
me Dead Island. You wanted the bragging right, and I was going to give it to you, and I still will.
I'm like
I'm just,
I've
I'm figuring out this live stream thing like you are.
mm-hmm.
So
It's such a learning curve.
it's my fault
It is.
because I'm drinking and I need to quit.
Yes. I'm not going to say that you need to quit, but yeah, you need to quit without saying you need to quit.
I'm telling you, I need to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And with a smile
It's,
on my face, it's okay to admit it's okay to admit that something's wrong, provided I'm going to do something about it.
I mean, as is. I mean, that's why I was asking you if you play multiplayer games. Purely because, if you're ever in a mood, we'll just call them a mood, whatever I don't know what you call your moments. But I was like, hey, if you play multiplayer games and you feel like you're falling down that downward spiral, let me know. We could jump on a game and we can just chit chat on a game. We don't even have to go live or anything. Because I do play game like my game like I play games not on live. I just go live on certain times, but you see, unless you don't Facebook or PlayStation stalk me like I stalk you.
And I told you I don't care.
Hmm.
You're not the only person who stalks my PlayStation accounts, which I hate to say it, folks. If you want to stalk me, it's Crazy Geezer. Exactly as it's spelled.
Yeah. I mean,
But no, if you want to do that, sure, we can talk about that offline and
mhm.
figure it out as we go. I'm perfectly fine with that. But the question is, what systems do you have?
I have the PS5, 4, Xbox 360.
Wait a minute, you have a PS5?
I got it last week. Mhm.
That's no golf clap. That's more more like. I just don't want to make you deaf. No, seriously, congratulations. Is it the big one, the slim, the pro?
It's got a disk drive. I know that.
But is it pro?
I have no idea, to be honest. Okay, so you know how I said the my daughter's boyfriend has their friend in?
Yeah.
Well, I actually bought the PlayStation off of him because he wanted the Switch 2 and didn't have wanted to free up some cash and didn't play the 5 anymore.
Oh,
So he's like, "Hey, I'll sell you the 5 at a decent price and everything." So I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'll buy your 5. You go get your Nintendo Switch 2."
I think you have a standard PS5 because the pros don't come with the disc. You have to buy that separately.
I know I have a disk drive. That's the extent. I don't know why I need a disk drive. It just has a disk drive. I don't have any physical games for the 5.
Not yet, anyway. You will.
Mm,
No, you told me before you collect physical games.
mhm.
Yes, because
That's why it's.
you showed me some of your stuff. You have a physical
Mhm.
game genie,
Yes.
and that's just one example. You also have other physical systems. You don't have to show them.
Mhm.
You already told me.
Yeah. Well, I actually decided to film this or be in this in my bedroom because everybody is, I think even my daughter's boyfriend's home for lunch right now. So it was like out there was going to be a little too chaotic and I didn't want all the background noise. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just toss myself in the corner in the bedroom.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine, and you can see in the background. Here, let me move my microphone. See those? All
Hmm.
that. PS4 and PS5. Second shelf down. Switch. See that?
Yeah.
And the shelf above, some Atari. And a little scattered about, Atari in the boxes. See?
Wow.
Shelf below the Switch, PS2 and 3. All my systems are out there, all my games are here.
Okay.
It just works out that way from,
Hmm.
space because, my. Get this out of my way so I can see myself better. Um, I I have a house the size of an apartment, but it's perfect for a bachelor such as myself.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's like,
I believe it.
so when people are like, rent's too high, I'm like, yeah, it is. And then my heart goes out to them because I have a very good mortgage.
That's like the funniest thing. Like you say that, and I'm like, this is like something my brother and I joke about all the time. Is that we got so lucky with our mortgages because it's like the house next door to me is a smaller house than I have. It's been remodeled so many dang times, and it's like $2,000 a month. And granted, it's like a bunch of young adults living in it
What?
because they can't afford to be alone.
Well, it's Florida. Who you would expect less? I mean, um, well,
Hmm.
not that to go on a quick tangent. Anybody who works at Disney World in Florida get paid like
Hmm.
slave wages.
Yes.
It's like one of
Yep.
my best friends and I, because he's been to Disney World a bunch of times. I'd never been, only to
Mm.
Disneyland in California and Tokyo Disneyland when I was serving in the military at the time. So I got the.
Oh.
It was fun. Unfortunately, everything was in Japanese. I was like, I'll just do the best I can. Um,
Hmm.
but I feel bad for anyone who has to wear the costumes. And I was
Hmm.
talking to one of my best friends a few years ago. It's like he just came back from Disney World. I was like, well, what was it like? And he said to me, I wish I had enough money to take everybody who dressed up like Donald Duck, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and all them, and just get them plastered. Just show them a good time. That
That's a miserable job.
that's why my best friend wanted to get
Hmm.
anyone in the costumes plastered.
Yeah.
It's like he wants show them a good time. That's what he does. Is like, you having a bad day? Come with me. I'll take care of
Hmm.
you. We were talking about
Yeah.
that earlier today too. But I told him I was quitting drinking. He's like, well, you do what you have to do.
That's just it is. I'll stand right by your side if you need anything. It's not easy sometimes getting out of these spirals when you fall down them. So,
Well, I'm trying to get out and stay out.
a good support system is what always helps me, I guess, to not fall. So, if a good support system is what you need, I got you. I got you.
That's it. That's all I ever wanted. The truth is that I think you told me you also had robophobia too, right? Yeah, you're afraid to ask for anything without uh, feeling bad about it or humiliated or downgraded or
Mm-hmm.
degraded. Yeah, it's
And
funny.
that's
It's funny. I talked to my sister about that. She goes, "You don't have that problem with me," and it was a very emotional conversation. Yeah, I did tear up.
mm-hmm. Well, I am definitely glad that you have your sister, you know, as a nice little support system for you.
Yes, it's a start.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
start.
mean,
There's her. There's you, and one of my BFFs I met when I first started making movies. She's been sober for a few years too. So I
okay.
try not to bother her too much again with not just the robophobia, but also I know how busy she
Mm-hmm.
is because she's always, always, always working. She's trying to make a living in the movie industry for real, or as a real
Mm-hmm.
career. And it's like, well, if anything I could do to help, I'll be more than happy to. She's trying to get paid to be in the movies.
Yeah.
She will work behind the scenes. She's a very good first AD, very good. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, focus on your paid gigs, and then you come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I feel. Same with my other friends I work with. Two of them are over in Ohio right now. They'll be back like tomorrow. And I said, well, rest and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
We're starting another project. It's a YouTube collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like a TV series. Like every season, we're going to do a different franchise. I could throw a
Okay.
few. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I could throw a few ideas out, like Resident Evil,
Mm-hmm.
as a potential season. It's a retrospective season. It's a
Mm-hmm.
retrospective channel. It's like uh, it's like if Resident Evil, if my friend agrees, it'll be like Resident Evil retrospective. Season 3, 4, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I pitched it as a potential TV series on YouTube. He loved it. It's like, why stop with just the one franchise we're going to work on, which is a secret until we're ready to announce. But I told him, it's like, let's do this series or that series, like Ninja Turtles and this and this. He was down. He was
That's
down.
pretty cool.
And I gotta send you some artwork later.
Mm-hmm.
One of my neighbors, who's also a friend of mine, who also is friends with my friend I told you about, is a very good artist. He drew up some sketches of what I would look like for the channel. I'll have to send those to you after the podcast.
Okay.
I took one look. I was like, "Damn, I'm looking good." And,
Oh
and he's
man.
supposed to help me with live streaming, but I keep putting it off because of alcohol.
Of course. Mm. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get through.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Sometimes
be.
it's.
It's
I mean, it can't be. I mean, obviously, this part you could definitely. I mean, this can't be good for your diabetes.
That's why my sister was concerned, and she asked me about working out in the gym, and I said, "Love to." I just started new
Mm-hmm.
allergy meds yesterday. Give me about a week or two to adjust, and
Mm-hmm.
then I want to work out. I want to lose the weight, but it's just my sinuses were a problem because I originally thought I had a deviated septum, but
Mm.
it turned out but it's allergy based, not surgically based. It's like we could fix
Okay.
this with just proper treatment. Please
Mm-hmm.
listen to us. We know what we're doing. Trust us. Was the key words, like trust us. You've been wrong before. Please trust us. Give us one more chance.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's hope you're right. I mean, I feel better
Yeah.
so far. You can tell that my nostrils are a little, uneven. Like one's higher than the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. At least you're gonna try and hopefully it works. The allergy medicine, and
I just
because
want to breathe.
yeah, I mean, I get it.
And if I can breathe properly, I can work
Mm-hmm.
out properly. The rest will
Mm-hmm.
fall into place. I yeah, I have a lot of junk food in my house, despite being diabetic. It's there mostly to look at because I wanted like it's there when I don't. It's there, and I'm hoping I don't have to eat it.
Mm-hmm. I'll eat it. I'll be the one, the shameful one, going, I'll eat it.
Twix, Kit Kats, Milky Ways, Reese Cups, uh, Starburst, Skittles. The Starburst favorite reds. That's like strawberry, watermelon, fruit punch, and cherry. And then I have two kinds of Skittles: the original with lime, that's back,
Mm-hmm.
and wild berry.
I'm allergic to strawberry.
I'm sorry.
Apparently, that seems to be a going trend. But I'm like, yeah, I can't. Allergic to strawberry, and everyone's like, that sucks. And I'm
It
like,
does.
you don't real. I've never thought about it, but I like everybody else in the house. There's like only one thing, like jelly. I'm like, you cannot have strawberry jam in the house
Right.
because that will. I've seen the people in this house. They're going to cross contaminate the freaking peanut butter. And I know they will. It happens. So that's like the one thing I'm like, you cannot have in strawberry form. And if you buy fresh strawberries, you have to cut them and clean them yourself. That's simple. And keep it away from me.
And, it's funny. When I was staying with my cousin, my second cousin of 9 years, he's also like a big brother and a mentor to me. He brought some ghost peppers into the house. He knows I hate spicy foods because I'm a
Oh.
pansy when it comes to anything spicy. He brought home a couple of ghost peppers, and he was like, "Hey, Chris, you know what this is? No, it's a ghost pepper. Oh, cool. I." He's like, "Would you touch? You want to touch it? Are you sure?" So he's like, "Stop! I don't want to take it to the emergency room."
No.
It's like I am
Yeah.
not taking you to the emergency room.
No. I'm not big into spicy, but I like a little bit, I guess.
I'm a. I, People are gonna make fun of me for this, but I'm a very picky eater. I don't do condiments like mustard or ketchup or mayonnaise. It just makes my stomach queasy. It's like you're wasting your time here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I get a plain cheeseburger, some people look at me like, "What? You heard me? Why? Sensitive stomach. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
It happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a lot of food issues.
Oh yeah, like what?
I don't do stringy,
You don't do what?
like stringy things like cheese, like when it's stringy.
Oh yeah,
Like
mozzarella. Okay.
I can't do the stringy,
Okay.
or even like on pizza, and you'll like have a slice and it'll be like string this cheese like going. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do slimy, like brie cheese and stuff. I cannot do slimy.
Okay.
So no caviar, no sliminess.
Me neither.
Um, Anything too grainy, I can't do
Grainy?
because it's just yeah, like to where it almost feels like a mouthful of sand.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't do that.
no.
There's like so many weird things that I just can't do when it comes to food.
You are we talking
So
about rice here?
no, not rice. It's like oh crap. There was a Little Debbie ice
Excuse me.
cream, and it was I think like part of their Christmas. I want to say maybe it was like a sugar cookie,
Maybe.
and it was ice cream like legit. It was like some form of ice cream, and it was like having a mouthful of sand because it was so grainy because of the sugar. Maybe
That
like
yep.
I don't know what it was. It was just this. The flavor was okay, but I couldn't eat it because it just the texture was so weird.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. I it's a texture like I have food texture issues, I guess to say.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's very limiting. So I just stick to like eating bottle caps at this point
Bottle
because
caps?
that was like yeah, the little candy.
Oh yeah.
The yeah, yeah. That's what last night's snack was while I was sitting there playing Borderlands 3.
Let me guess. You're playing Ultra Beast.
I don't know. I was doing whatever the hell they told me to do.
it was meant to be a bad guess.
It was like honestly, like I don't even know. It was a blind reaction because it let us have 4 players, so we were doing this blind react. I was doing a blind reaction. Phoenix is the only one that's played it. Everybody else was blind reaction. So I'm like, you could tell me anything, and I'll just agree with you because I think we played for 3 hours last night, and I'm still lost and confused. No idea. I mean, yesterday I asked her because I think I had my brother on speakerphone, kind of like discussing going live and making sure everything was good and making sure he was okay to join us. And she was saying something like going off on the planets and doing this and doing that. And I looked at her and I'm like, are you lying to me? And she chuckles and I'm like, you're lying to me. And she just chuckles and I'm like, are you not lying to me? And then she starts talking some more and I'm like, that sounds like No Man's Sky. You're definitely lying to me. So she walked out of the room and her sister walked in. I said, I'm like, so your sister was telling me this, this, and this. And she goes, I'm like, is it true? She goes, yes. I had to, I had to verify. The child likes to lie to me on these things and set me up for failure in games.
What's the point in that?
She finds humor in trying to destroy me in every game we play.
Well, that's no fun. That's not real competition.
She whoops my ass in every game we play.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter.
I'm willing to bet you can whip her ass in any board game.
Maybe.
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 Let's name a few. And I actually have these. I'm looking at my collection. Like the Game of Life, Candyland, Operation, Hungry Hippos.
Wow.
Oh, here's one you'll love. It's called Nightmare. It's a VHS horror board game. Up to 6 players, but you have to have a minimum of 3. I can get a second player, but not a third player. I've yet to play it. I've had this game for years, just sitting in my closet.
Wow.
What else do I have? I got like 2 different. I got 2 different decks of playing cards. One's a Harley Quinn edition, the other's Batman. So if I ever feel the desire to play 52 card pickup,
Because why not?
exactly. I got a Uno deck, 4 different versions of Monopoly,
Oh, that's so.
Transformers, Star Wars, the original trilogy, Batman from 2005, and 1997 Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
Wow.
And apparently some of them go for money, but I don't care about that. I'm keeping them.
I don't know.
They're my babies forever. And I even said, and I was serious about this. I told a bunch of my lady relatives, it's like, let's have a girls' night wherever, and I could bring some. And I have real little girl board games. One of them's called Mall Madness.
I have that.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the other one I have is called Dream Phone with the pink phone.
Yes.
In fact, do you have that or no?
I don't have Dream Phone.
I have a spare pink phone that doesn't work. I want to give you, just as a prop for your videos.
Hmm.
I can show you real quick. Hang on. As soon as I find it. It's here somewhere. I know I have it. I just don't see it. That's too much stuff. Oh, that's the one. Pretty close. I know I have spares, but I couldn't find it because I think it's buried in my closet. But these were my recent pickups a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
There's a reason I showed you these. You seen the movie, right?
Yes.
You know the scene with Alice Cooper? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel every single day.
Okay.
I'm letting you know. letting the world know that's how I feel every day
Mm-hmm.
overall in life. And I'm not saying it to to
Mm-hmm.
gain sympathy. I'm telling telling everyone the truth, so that way I can find a solution.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's honestly the best thing. As long as you're honest with yourself, that's the best way to find a solution to make yourself feel better.
Whole episode has been honest. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
to do.
I mean,
So you know about these. There was one
mm-hmm.
more I'm trying to get my hands on. It's the VHS Wayne's World board game.
Ah, yes.
And then
It's sometimes it really sucks being a collector of things because then it's like you lose not lose things, but you're like, oh, I put that somewhere, but then you had to go through so much to try and find it.
I'll find it. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I need to reorganize my whole closet anyway.
Mm.
I got a lot of empty. Was it video game system boxes? I've been
Oh.
itching to put on display in my around my house, like my PS4, like the PS4 Pro, the PS5 Pro,
Mm-hmm.
my Nintendo Switch OLED box, stuff like that. Because
Ah.
if you look, well, you can't see it, but
No.
if you look at the beginning of the video on the bookshelf, you'll see a lot of quote unquote Easter eggs.
Okay.
Just for anyone who wants to rewind and look back, I have some Christmas ornaments. See if you can find them. Put them in the comments below. See which ones you find. See which ones you see, even if you're not sure.
Even I might have to go back through for that one.
There you go.
I
So what else you want to talk about?
don't know. What else? I mean, I don't know.
Plans for the summer?
Not melt.
Not melt. Not melt like a snow cone.
Yes.
Well, no, you told
Uh,
me that you can't do anything where you're located because there's nowhere to go.
mhm. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yes. I mean, the reason he came down, like Louisiana came over, was because they went to CEO up over in Orlando. It's becoming an annual thing. Like last year, he came over as well, and I think it was in Daytona Beach, maybe last year. I don't know. Honestly, if you know what CEO is, more power to you. But it's one of them conventions. That's the extent. I don't know which one it is. It's some form of a convention. They go do that. So, like for the weekend, or no, he was gone for like 4 days, I think. And
I
they
know.
went and did that. But it's like one hell of a drive to get to these things. Then you have no choice. You have to stay at the hotel, a hotel nearby, because then it's one hell of a drive back. I'm like, ugh. I mean, I told you when we went to go see Rob Zombie,
Yep.
the hell of a drive that was, and
So
that was literally because I had to. We had no choice. Her brother had to get back here to go to work the
that,
next day.
that's right. I don't think you got any sleep. You just had to wing it.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Because then he got back here because we all carpooled up. He got back here, dropped us off, and then he had to go because, well, now he doesn't live down here. Her brother now lives up in Tennessee. But it was like he had to turn around because he lived an hour away from us anyway, a half hour, 45 minutes away from us anyway. So he dropped us off and then had to go back home to get ready to then go to work, which was an hour away from where he lived.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's been funny when we had to do that. And he was like a last minute. He wasn't even supposed to originally go with us, but I guess he decided like last minute he wanted to come down. He was going to come over. So I'm like, hey, do you listen to this? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, well, then do you want a ticket? And he's like, okay.
Well, I
I'm
do have
like,
one question
okay.
about the Rob Zombie concert. Did he play any White Zombie songs from back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes.
I think the
Because
one
it
song I'm thinking is Thunder Kiss 69. It was like dun 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 dun.
65.
Excuse me, 65.
The
Dun, dun.
one Bride of Chucky place.
I was thinking that too. That's more like it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
But it was.
speaking of Chucky, I met a cosplayer named Crystal. She's going to be on the show too eventually. She's
Mm-hmm.
like the greatest Tiffany cosplayer of all time.
Mm-hmm. I attempted Tiffany. No, I don't think it was.
She
I think it was
she
just
takes it
different.
to the next level. She's got the dolls, And it's like
Mm-hmm.
she's one thing she's missing, and it was in a direct deleted scene in the first film where was it Doctor? I don't know if it was Doctor Death. It was John, who taught Chucky, the sermons
Mm-hmm.
of voodoo, and there was a deleted scene where he's holding a staff, and it's got the heart of Nabala on the staff.
Ah.
And I asked Crystal, "Are you gonna get that?" I didn't even know that existed. I was like, "We'll work on that."
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it's like I love to help fellow horror fans who love,
Mm-hmm.
especially Child's Play. I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love those movies.
Well,
What?
maybe I should have worn my Bride of Chucky T-shirt.
There you go. And then we'll be thinking of Thunder Kiss 65. Dun, 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 dun.
But yes, it was. I figured Rob Zombie was worth the lovely adventure that ended up being, and it was an outdoor event, and it sweat our asses off, but
That's what I
it
was
was
worried
hilarious
about.
because I had worn, I didn't think anything. I'm just like, okay, let's just wear whatever, and I wore like a tank top, and it has like the bones, like your bones from like here to down, and it's got like it's like the whole bone thing on the front and the
I
back.
know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's like this tank top and everything. So that's what I wore, knowing I was going to get eaten alive by mosquitoes and everything and melt
Florida
to
weather.
every. Yes, yes. So I knew how that was going to go. And like towards the end of the concert, because it was Static X,
Ooh,
it was Power Man 5000, Mudvayne, and then Rob Zombie.
all good choices.
I had already seen Static X and Power Man 5000 100 years ago, it seems, but it was a first for the rest of them that went with us.
Static X,
I had.
they did music for Batman Beyond Return of the Joker animated feature.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
you're
mean, I saw Static X when Wayne Static was actually still in it, like alive to do it. Now they have somebody else as the lead there, but
same with
that's like.
the same. What was that one band? I hate myself for forgetting it, but they just got a new lead singer. Chester Bennington was the lead singer.
I want to say Coldplay, but I don't think I'm correct.
Hold on, I'll find out. I hate myself for forgetting this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Chester
Oh.
Ben
Mm.
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
They got a new lead singer, and most fans are not favorable, from what I understand.
Mm. Well,
I mean, who's
the
next?
crazy.
Who's next? Soundgarden to get replaced?
I
Because Chris Cornell was the lead singer, and then well, you heard what happened to him.
mean, that's just it. Is it's like I again like I get the fact like a part of me is just like I still stick. I'm like still stuck in my okay. I'm still 14, so these people are only like 20
Right
type mentality when I listen to music, and to think that no, these people are actually not that young anymore.
anymore.
And it's like wow, as they're all like kicking the bucket, and I'm like no, I don't think that.
Wait a minute, you think that's bad? Motley Crue are in their 60s.
Oh my,
And
that's just sad.
and you're talking about being in quote unquote denial. We both are
Yeah.
60 years old.
I mean, with the and it was so funny because I'm pretty lazy these days. I admit it. So it was like watching Rob Zombie on stage at almost I think this was a couple of years ago. So he was almost like 60. He was like late 50s. And I'm like, this guy has got at least 10 years on me. And he's bouncing around on that stage like a freaking nut. And I did not even I was in the audience and I didn't even have the energy for that.
Well, because of the humidity, that's why. And plus
Yes.
the fact you drove so far to get there,
Mm.
and knowing you had to drive so far to go back, and it's
Yeah.
like you probably crashed for like a day and a half after the fact just to recover alone.
Oh man.
It's like the fact that you went to a concert says a lot, because I don't think I could do it today. I'm not going to lie. I want to go to a concert, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
the humidity, the people around you, and recently, not to talk about pandemics, but I think COVID-19 is making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
One of my new friends just caught it. She's not doing she's not doing so hot, but she's riding it out.
Honestly, I think that's the only thing you can do is just ride it out anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like I feel because that shit sucked.
I don't
It
know.
was horrible.
I don't know. I'm
I
thinking.
mean,
I mean, there's nothing you could have done preemptively. Regarding the concert. To get there, enjoy, come back.
mm-hmm.
Your problem? Did you have any concerns during the show where it's like, oh my god, I gotta come back in this. Oh my god, am I gonna make it? Were you anxiety ridden in that regard?
Mm-hmm.
You were especially during the
Yes.
shows, like you're rocking out to Thunder Kiss 65, din, 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 and you're like, I gotta go home. I'm not saying you're
Yes.
crying or anything. You're dreading the idea.
Like the drive home
Yes.
because it is pretty. Driving gives me severe. I don't drive. I legitimately do not even hold a valid driver's license purely for the fact I cannot do it. I used to. Like I used to deal with it, and then I just gave up. So
Because of anxiety.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, no. When I say wow, I mean like
Mm-hmm.
going forward in private. That was like, are you all right? What's going on? Like it's like I feel the desire for your sake just to reach out more and just say, hey, is everything okay? Without coming off as feeling insecure, it's more like I'm just concerned about your welfare, your
Well,
well being.
that's you see, and that's kind of like the way it is. Like when I message you, it's just like, oh, you good? Like I don't mean anything other than like, are you okay? Like
Yes,
legitimately.
that's what I get from you. It's okay.
Okay, because I'm like, I know, like because of what I do, it could come off as salesy in some sense. Like
No,
I don't know.
and here's the
I
one reason why, and this is the most important thing. And those who subscribe to stuff like this, Lilith doesn't ask for additional money. She doesn't. She
it,
never has. Not to me, anyway.
no, I
And I'm not
don't.
talking about during on the website or off or outside the website. Not one time. That's how I know she's for real.
I don't like. I don't know. It's just that's why like I see people like I think my free page is like has some PPV on it, but I don't even care. I think I tried wiping it all off and just having whatever because I'm not a salesperson.
No,
I don't want to pressure anybody, and I don't want anyone on the other side to just kind of like view it as, oh, this is just for money, or
no.
oh, she's just trying to get more. No, that's literally not it. I'm just
I mean, if that were
reaching
the
out.
case, you'd be swimming in money like Scrooge McDuck by now. Yeah, but that's not you. That's not what you're about. It's not. It's not exactly about the money. I mean, money's great, but no, that's not your priority. You're just expressing. You're expressing yourself artistically. That makes
Yes.
sense. Because you wear different costumes with different wigs and different
Mm-hmm.
makeup styles, so it's just artistically.
Yeah, and that's honestly how it all almost came about as a big old joke, even, which is so funny. It was just a big joke that my brother and I were joking about. Uh, what was it? Ian happened in 2022. I want to. I had opened it before Ian, and then it became like a running joke around for him joking with other people. I have kept my mouth shut over it, but it was like we had just joked one day and about other people in the industry and things like that. And it was like, and my response was, I'm too old to do that shit.
No.
I'm too old. Nobody's gonna give two shits. I'm way too old for this. I I got the whole mom bod going on. I did not do anything after. I've just let it just be natural. So we joked about it one day. And yes, I legitimately mean my brother and I. He was one of the very first people I even went to. After I made the decision, like that thought in my head, I'm like, I text him going, about it. And then he called because he was at work. He actually works like an adult, so I text him about it. And then when he got home from work, he called and I'm like, so how crazy would it be? And he's like, as outside of the jokingness that we did. And he's like, no, I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I think like a week went by and I just like sat on the thought. And I'm like doing homework at the same time. And it was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I was sitting there doing homework and I took out my phone and I took some selfies. And, I then decided to let's figure out how to open the accounts because
Mhm.
that is not the easiest thing to do. Not at all. Not even as a fan, from what I understand. It is a bitch of an account to open. I think it took me 2 or 3 tries for myself to get it passed. And then it was like, okay, I put this up. So then I did like the TikTok thing and Instagram, I think at the time. I don't even know if I had Facebook when I originally started. And it was like, okay, slowly jump steps. And then it was like on the social media side, it started picking up a little bit. And it was like more positive comments than negative. So then I'm like, okay, so obviously there's still a market, I guess, for it. And I think I don't even know what color hair I had in the beginning, to be honest. Naturally.
You were wearing a wig.
And that was it. Is a lot of times they were wigs. And that almost started as a privacy issue. Like I did like in my head I'm like, okay, I do need to kind of be a little cautious. Not so much for me, but I have children, like the kids. Like I don't want. And then it was like, well, why not turn it more into cosplay? Because I have always been cosplaying. I'm like one of those that are like, if I'm more so fascinated by the prop making of cosplay, the building, not the actual like, oh, putting it together, prancing around. I absolutely love the making of the props or making of the costumes because a lot of these costumes I made and a lot of the props I rigged together and everything. And so it was like it slowly started evolving, and then Ian hit. And I do think I've mentioned that my house did not make it through Ian very well. So then it was like trying to, and I think if I even had anything old up anymore, you would, if you look at like the sides a little bit, you could tell that there were like sheets or something covering because I had no walls. So I was like trying to hide and I would like move around where I was filming and strategically placing things. Like if I filmed by my in front of my bedroom door, I'd have like my Death Note poster like leaning up hiding the fact that there was no wall. And I made it work and I'm
Yes, you
just like
did.
and it was like it all started as just a joke. And we're talking 3 years ago
Yep.
to today. And it's fascinating.
You know what? I think there's a lesson to be learned here for anybody watching the episode is that it doesn't matter how old you are. It's never too late to chase your dreams. You are a shining example. I'm trying to be leading by example myself.
Mhm.
A future guest I'm going to have on the show is I think he retired early and now he's an actor and he's really really good at horror movies particularly.
Mhm.
Um, I did tell some of my friends about you, about what you do and how cool you are, and you know how much you're into horror movies and video games. And it's like, well, if she can act, then we could probably get her involved somehow. Talk about you.
Mhm.
So
That's
I'm
kind of cool.
I'm trying to slowly but surely, get all of our friends involved in the industry. I
And you
think.
see, that's so cool.
Well, I mean, I said before, and I told you this in private, that if at any level of success I obtain, I'm sharing.
Mhm.
Because I don't see the point of, say if I had all the money in the world, then what's the point if I don't have, friends and relatives and loved ones to share it with?
Mhm.
That's how I
That's
feel.
and that's just it. Is that's kind of like the whole thing is like so real. Like I was very vocal on how just freaking nervous I was doing this. I
You too, huh?
so
Well, no, because every
much
time I
so.
start an episode, I get stage fright anxiety.
Mhm. I understand it, and it's weird because I what do you do? Edit that part out, like
No,
because it seems so okay, and then everything starts flowing. I guess like the
I'll
conversations.
I'll be clear right now that I've had not one person yet tell me to cut anything out. I will, and I will not hesitate in a moment's notice if anyone asks me. And you're no exception either.
Hmm.
I've never, so that hasn't happened yet. Knock on wood. Nothing's been cut.
Okay.
What you see is everything.
See, I love that. I mean, again, we may have touched on personal things that you may not want public. So,
We could talk about that after the fact.
yeah.
But
So,
so
I
we're
don't
coming to
care.
the near the end of the episode. So
Hmm.
I'm going to make sure I get all of your links in the description so people can check out your social media accounts.
Yes.
And for those
Make sure
watch
it's
and for those
that.
watching the Crazy Geezer podcast, if you love what you see or if you have any ideas, comment below, like, share,
Hmm.
subscribe. Anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to add before we leave?
No. This
No?
was fun.
Might be your first, not your last. You did great. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're
This
welcome.
was fun.
So, life is like a video game, boys and girls. Either you
Hmm.
play it or you get played. Until next time.
Hmm.